Have you ever found it harder to lift a heavy grocery bag or get up from a chair without using your hands? For many people over 60, these everyday tasks slowly become more challenging, not because of age alone, but because of a silent threat called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength as we age, and it's far more common than most people realize. In fact, studies show that after the age of 60, we can lose up to 3% of our muscle mass every single year. That might not sound like much at first, but think about it. Over a decade, that's nearly a third of your muscle strength gone. Imagine waking up one day and finding it harder to climb the stairs, carry your grandchild, or even open a jar of pickles. Tasks that used to be second nature now feel like heavy lifting. But here's the thing, muscle loss isn't just about strength. It's about independence. When your muscles weaken, so does your ability to live life on your own terms. A recent study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with muscle weakness are twice as likely to experience falls and hospitalizations. Even more concerning, nearly 30% of people over 65 who experience a fall never fully recover their previous strength. But it doesn't have to be this way. In fact, there are specific nutrients, powerful, science-backed vitamins and minerals that can protect and even rebuild muscle strength as you age. These are not miracle cures or expensive treatments. They're simple, natural elements that you can start using today. In this video, we're going to break down the 12 essential nutrients that doctors and scientists recommend to not only slow down muscle loss, but also help you regain strength, balance, and independence. We'll explore why these nutrients work, how they protect your muscles, and the best ways to incorporate them into your daily life. You'll learn about the vitamin duo that directs calcium right where it belongs, your muscles and bones, the fatty acid fighter that reduces muscle inflammation by up to 30%, the secret mineral that prevents painful cramps and strengthens muscle fibers, and so much more. So if you want to stay strong, mobile, and independent, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's dive in. Now let's start with the very first and perhaps most important nutrient on our list, the one that's called the muscle protector. For a very good reason, vitamin D3. Vitamin D3, the muscle protector. When you hear the words vitamin D, you probably think of sunlight and stronger bones. But did you know that vitamin D, specifically vitamin D3, is one of the most powerful protectors of your muscles as you age? In fact, scientists call it the muscle protector for good reason. Vitamin D3 isn't just about keeping your bones strong, it's about keeping you on your feet steady and independent. Here's how it works. Vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium and phosphorus, two minerals that are absolutely critical for muscle contraction and bone strength, but that's just the beginning. D3 also directly influences your muscle fibers, especially the fast-twitch fibers, the ones responsible for strength, balance, and quick reactions. As we age, these fibers are often the first to weaken, making it harder to catch yourself if you trip or lift yourself out of a chair. But with enough vitamin D3 in your system, these muscle fibers stay stronger for longer. And there's more. Vitamin D3 also supports something called neuromuscular coordination. This is the communication between your muscles and your brain, allowing you to move smoothly and confidently. When this connection is strong, your balance improves and your risk of falling dramatically decreases. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that seniors with adequate levels of vitamin D3 were 30% less likely to experience falls than those who were deficient. 30%. That's not just a statistic. That's the difference between walking confidently and living in constant fear of slipping. Let me share with you a real-life example. Mary, a 72-year-old grandmother, had always been active. But over the years, she started noticing that everyday tasks like climbing stairs or carrying groceries became more challenging. Her doctor discovered she was severely deficient in vitamin D3. After just 3 months of consistent supplementation, Mary not only regained her strength, but also her confidence. She now walks 2 miles every morning, something she hadn't done in years. Her story isn't unique. Thousands of seniors have rediscovered their strength simply by correcting a vitamin D3 deficiency. But here's where many people get it wrong. They think a multivitamin will cover their vitamin D needs. Unfortunately, most multivitamins contain vitamin D2, not D3. And the difference is huge. Vitamin D2 is plant-based and far less effective. Studies show that it's 33% less bioavailable than D3, meaning your body struggles to absorb it properly. This is why doctors recommend vitamin D3 specifically, often in doses of 800 to 1000 IU per day for seniors. Another mistake, relying solely on sunlight. Yes, your body can produce vitamin D from the sun, but as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D. Add in sunscreen winter months, or simply staying indoors, and you have a recipe for deficiency. So how do you get enough vitamin D3? First, aim to spend 15-20 minutes in the sunlight each day. Morning light is best. Second, focus on foods rich in D3 like salmon egg yolks and fortified dairy products. And finally, consider a high-quality D3 supplement, especially if you live in a place with long winters or limited sunlight. Here's the truth. Maintaining strong muscles isn't just about staying active. It's about fueling your body with the right nutrients. Vitamin D3 is more than a vitamin. It's your first line of defense against muscle loss and fragility. When you have enough, you're not just stronger, you're safer. But vitamin D3 isn't the only nutrient that makes a difference. There's another powerful partner that ensures your calcium goes exactly where it's needed: vitamin K2, the calcium director. In the next section, we'll explore how vitamin K2 works hand in hand with D3 to protect your muscles and strengthen your bones. Stay with me, you won't want to miss this. 3. Vitamin K2, the calcium director. If I told you there's a vitamin that acts like a traffic controller for calcium, would you believe me? It's true. While vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium, it's vitamin K2 that decides exactly where that calcium should go. Think of it as the director, making sure calcium strengthens your bones and muscles, not your arteries. Here's how it works. When you consume calcium, it enters your bloodstream and begins circulating throughout your body. But without proper guidance, calcium can settle in the wrong places, like the walls of your arteries. This is called arterial calcification, and it's one of the leading causes of heart disease in older adults. That's where vitamin K2 steps in. K2 activates a special protein called osteocalcin, which binds calcium and deposits it where it belongs in your bones and your muscles. It also activates matrix GLA protein MGP, which works to remove calcium from arteries, keeping them flexible and clear. Without enough K2, calcium floats around in your bloodstream with nowhere to go, creating blockages instead of building strength. That's why doctors often say calcium without K2 is like a car without a driver, powerful but dangerously out of control. The science is crystal clear. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who consumed higher levels of vitamin K2 were 57% less likely to experience arterial calcification. Even more impressive, their risk of cardiovascular disease dropped by 41%. And it's not just about heart health. Another study showed that seniors who included K2 in their diet experienced greater bone density and stronger muscles compared to those who did not. It's a dual-action nutrient, protecting both your bones and your heart. Now here's where many people get it wrong. Skipping K2. When taking calcium, many people take calcium supplements without adding vitamin K2, which actually increases the risk of arterial plaque buildup. Assuming all vitamin K is the same. Vitamin K1 and K2 are not the same. While K1 helps with blood clotting, only K2 handles calcium transportation. Relying on multivitamins. Most multivitamins contain too little K2 to be effective. If you want real protection, a dedicated K2 supplement is essential. The good news: Adding K2 to your diet is simpler than you think. Natural food sources. Natto, a fermented soybean popular in Japan, is the highest source of vitamin K2. Hard cheeses like Gouda and Edam are also rich in K2. Egg yolks and grass-fed dairy contain moderate amounts. Supplementation. If these foods aren't part of your daily routine, a quality MK7K2 supplement is highly recommended. The optimal dosage for seniors 100 to 150 mcg daily. Pro tip: for best results, pair your vitamin K2 with vitamin D3, as they work synergistically to direct calcium precisely where it's needed most: your bones and muscles. Here's the bottom line. Calcium without direction is dangerous. With vitamin K2, you give your body the guidance it needs to build stronger bones, improve muscle stability, and protect your arteries. It's the difference between aging gracefully and struggling with joint pain or worse, arterial blockages. Now that you understand how K2 keeps your calcium in check, it's time to talk about the next powerhouse nutrient, one that's proven to fight inflammation and protect your muscle fibers from breaking down. Up next, omega-3 fatty acids, the inflammation fighter. Or omega-3 fatty acids, the inflammation fighter. What if I told you that one of the biggest enemies of your muscles is something you can't even see? It's called inflammation, and it's silently breaking down your muscle tissue every single day. But there's a solution, a natural, powerful protector that not only fights inflammation, but also rebuilds and preserves your muscles. It's called omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are often known for their heart benefits, but their real power goes far beyond that. They contain two essential components, EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. These are long-chain fatty acids that work directly to reduce inflammation in your body. Here's how it works. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or stress. But as we age, low-grade inflammation, often called inflammaging, starts to build up, silently attacking your muscles and joints. This chronic inflammation is a major contributor to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. But omega-3s step in as the firefighters of your body. They actively block the inflammatory molecules that damage your muscle tissue. Studies show that older adults who consume adequate omega-3s retain up to 30% more muscle mass than those who don't. 30%, that's the difference between walking confidently or struggling to get out of a chair. The science behind omega-3s is undeniable. A clinical study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who included omega-3s in their diet experienced significant improvements in muscle strength and recovery time. Another study showed that omega-3s not only preserved muscle mass, but also increased protein synthesis, the process your body uses to build new muscle. And it's not just about muscles. Omega-3s also help to lubricate your joints, reducing pain and improving mobility. For many seniors, that means less stiffness in the morning and greater ease of movement throughout the day. Let me share with you the story of Michael, a 75-year-old retired teacher. Michael used to struggle with severe knee pain and muscle weakness. Walking upstairs was a daily challenge, and simple tasks, like bending down to pick up his grandkids, were nearly impossible. His doctor suggested adding omega-3s to his diet, specifically through wild-caught salmon and high-quality fish oil supplements. Just 3 months later, Michael was not only walking upstairs with ease, but he even started jogging lightly around his neighborhood park, a habit he hadn't kept for over a decade. His secret: consistent intake of 1,000 micrograms of EPA and DHA every single day. But here's where many people go wrong: using low-quality fish oil. Many over-the-counter fish oils are poorly purified, filled with heavy metals, or low in EPA and DHA. Look for fish oil that is third-party, tested for purity. Not getting enough wild-caught fish. Farmed fish are often lower in omega-3 and higher in harmful contaminants. For the best benefits, choose wild-caught salmon, sardines, or mackerel, ignoring plant-based omega-3s, while EPA and DHA are best absorbed from fish. ALA-alpha-linolenic acid, found in flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts, can still support muscle health, just not as effectively. The great news: adding omega-3s to your routine is easy and delicious. Eat fatty fish twice a week. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, and trout are all rich in omega-3s. Incorporate plant-based sources. Flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are excellent for snacking or adding to smoothies. Supplement smartly. Choose a high-quality fish oil with at least 500 milliliters of EPA and 500 milliliters of DHA. Look for brands that are third-party tested for purity. Pro tip: take your omega-3 supplement with a meal that contains fat. This increases absorption and maximizes benefits. Here's the simple truth: you can't fight muscle loss if you're not fighting inflammation. Omega-3s are your body's best defense against chronic inflammation, protecting your muscles from breaking down and keeping you strong and mobile. Think of omega-3s as the shield that guards your muscles, joints, and even your brain from the silent damage of time. When you have enough omega-3s in your system, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Now that you understand how omega-3s act as powerful defenders against muscle loss and inflammation, it's time to talk about another essential nutrient, one that stabilizes and relaxes your muscles while supporting deeper, more restorative sleep. Up next, magnesium. The muscle stabilizer. Femphos magnesium, the muscle stabilizer. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a sudden, sharp cramp in your leg? That unrelenting pain that makes you shoot out of bed, clutching your calf, waiting desperately for it to pass. For many seniors, these nighttime muscle cramps are more than just an inconvenience, they're a warning sign. A sign that your body is craving one crucial mineral: magnesium. Magnesium is often called the muscle stabilizer, and for good reason. This powerful mineral is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, many of which are directly linked to muscle health. First and foremost, magnesium plays a critical role in muscle contraction and relaxation. When your body is low on magnesium, your muscles become tense and overactive, leading to painful cramps and spasms. Think of magnesium as the off switch for muscle contractions. When you have enough, your muscles relax easily and smoothly. But it doesn't stop there. Magnesium also helps regulate nerve function. It allows your nerves to communicate effectively with your muscles, reducing misfires that can cause twitching and discomfort. And perhaps most importantly, magnesium supports protein synthesis. This is the process your body uses to build and repair muscle tissue. As we age, this process naturally slows down, but with enough magnesium, you can keep your muscles stronger, more resilient, and better able to recover from everyday wear and tear. The science behind magnesium's benefits is rock solid. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors with higher magnesium intake experienced significantly fewer muscle cramps and greater overall strength than those who are deficient. Another study revealed that magnesium deficiency is linked to increased muscle weakness and poor physical performance in older adults. It's not just about avoiding cramps, it's about keeping your muscles stable, strong, and pain-free. And get this, seniors who consistently consume enough magnesium are 26% less likely to suffer from falls and 30% more likely to maintain their mobility as they age. But here's where many people get it wrong. Choosing the wrong type of magnesium. Not all magnesium is created equal. Forms like magnesium oxide are poorly absorbed and can cause digestive issues. The best types for muscle health are magnesium glycinate and magnesium citrate. Taking it at the wrong time. Magnesium is best taken before bed. Why? Because it not only relaxes your muscles, but also improves sleep quality. Overlooking food sources. Many people rely on supplements alone, but magnesium is found in dark, leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, almonds, and avocados. Adding these to your daily diet can make a world of difference. Combining magnesium with calcium. While both are important, taking them together can block absorption. It's best to take magnesium at night and calcium in the morning. Here's how you can start adding more magnesium to your life daily diet. Include spinach, kale, pumpkin seeds, almonds, and dark chocolate. Aim for at least 400 milligrams of magnesium per day. Supplementation. Choose magnesium glycinate if you want better absorption without stomach issues. For those who struggle with constipation, magnesium citrate is highly effective. Timing. Take it 30 minutes before bedtime with a glass of water. You'll not only sleep better, but wake up feeling more refreshed. Pro tip: pair magnesium with a warm chamomile tea at night. Chamomile is naturally calming and helps boost magnesium absorption. Here's the truth: muscles can't function without magnesium. It's like trying to drive a car without oil. Eventually things break down. With enough magnesium, you're not only preventing cramps, you're protecting your strength, stability, and independence. When you have enough magnesium in your system, you're more than just pain-free. You're ready to live life fully, walking confidently, moving easily, and sleeping peacefully. Now that you understand the importance of stabilizing and relaxing your muscles with magnesium, it's time to look at another powerful duo that boosts energy and repairs muscle tissue. Up next, vitamin B12 and B6, the energy and repair boosters. 6. Vitamin B12 and B6, the energy and repair boosters. What if I told you that 2 simple vitamins could be the difference between feeling energized and strong, or weak and fatigued? For many seniors, the difference is staggering. That's because vitamin B12 and vitamin B6 are not just ordinary vitamins. They are the energy and repair boosters that your muscles desperately need. Let's start with vitamin B12. This powerful vitamin is responsible for creating red blood cells, the very cells that carry oxygen to your muscles. When your muscles are well oxygenated, they function better, recover faster, and stay stronger for longer. Without enough B12, your muscles are essentially starved of oxygen, leading to weakness, fatigue, and even balance issues. B12 also plays a key role in nerve health, ensuring the signals from your brain to your muscles are sharp and clear. This is why seniors who are deficient in B12 often report numbness, tingling, and poor coordination. It's not just about strength, it's about control. Now let's talk about vitamin B6. While B12 delivers oxygen, B6 helps your body break down proteins, the building blocks of muscle. Every time you consume protein, vitamin B6 steps in to synthesize it into muscle tissue. But that's not all. Vitamin B6 also helps produce important neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are crucial for focus and motivation. This means you not only have stronger muscles, but also better mental clarity during physical activities. The science speaks for itself. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with adequate vitamin B12 levels retained up to 28% more muscle mass compared to those who were deficient. That's not just a small difference, that's the ability to stay independent for years longer. Vitamin B6 is just as powerful. Research shows that sufficient B6 levels improve protein metabolism and reduce muscle fatigue, helping seniors recover faster after physical activity. One study even found that seniors who took B6 supplements had greater muscle strength and endurance than those who did not. Let me share with you the story of Harold, a 74-year-old former factory worker. Harold used to struggle with constant fatigue and leg cramps. Walking upstairs felt like climbing a mountain, and he often needed to rest after just a short walk. His doctor discovered that Harold was severely deficient in vitamin B12. After just 3 months of consistent B12 and B6 supplementation, Harold was back to walking daily. His energy levels soared, his muscle cramps vanished, and for the first time in years, he felt strong and confident. But here's where many people go wrong: relying only on plant-based sources. While some foods like fortified cereals contain B12, the truth is, vitamin B12 is mostly found in animal products like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. If you're vegetarian or vegan, a B12 supplement is essential. Choosing the wrong form of B12. Many people buy cyanocobalamin, a synthetic form of B12. For better absorption, opt for methylcobalamin. It's more bioavailable and easier for your body to use. Ignoring B6 pairing. B12 and B6 work best together. While B12 delivers oxygen, B6 processes the protein needed for muscle repair. Taking them separately is far less effective. Over-supplementing vitamin B6. While B6 is critical, taking more than 100 millimoles per day can lead to nerve damage. Stick to the recommended dose of 1.5 millimoles daily. Adding more of these vitamins to your diet is simpler than you think. Eat protein-rich foods. Salmon, eggs, lean beef, and dairy products are all high in B12. For B6, add chicken, turkey, bananas, and potatoes to your meals. Supplement wisely. Choose methylcobalamin for B12 and pyridoxine for B6. The recommended dose for seniors is 2.4 mcg for B12 and 1.5 mg for B6 daily. Timing matters. Take B12 in the morning for better energy throughout the day. Pair it with food for improved absorption. Pro tip: if you're taking B12 as a supplement, opt for sublingual tablets that dissolve under your tongue for faster absorption. Here's the reality: muscle repair and energy are not just about exercise, they're about nutrition. When you give your body enough vitamin B12 and B6, you're not just preventing muscle loss, you're building strength, boosting energy, and staying independent. For many seniors, this can mean the difference between living actively or living cautiously. With enough B12 and B6, you're ready to walk longer, lift stronger, and enjoy life without limitations. Now that you understand how B12 and B6 fuel your energy and rebuild your muscles, it's time to talk about another powerful nutrient, one that not only supports muscle strength, but also protects your connective tissue and accelerates recovery. Up next, vitamin C, the collagen builder. 7. Vitamin C, the collagen builder. When you think of vitamin C, you probably picture orange juice and a stronger immune system. But what if I told you that vitamin C is also one of the most powerful protectors of your muscles? Not only does it support your immune health, but it also plays a crucial role in building and maintaining your muscle strength. Vitamin C is often called the collagen builder, and for good reason. It's the key to keeping your muscles, tendons, and joints strong and flexible. Here's how it works. Vitamin C is essential for the production of collagen, the main structural protein found in your muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Think of collagen as the glue that holds your muscle fibers together. Without enough of it, your muscles become weaker and more prone to injury. But it doesn't stop there. Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant. As we age, our muscles are exposed to oxidative stress damage caused by free radicals that accelerate muscle breakdown. Vitamin C fights back by neutralizing these free radicals, protecting your muscle tissue from damage. And there's more. Vitamin C supports your body's ability to repair damaged muscle tissue. Every time you exercise, tiny tears form in your muscle fibers. This is a natural part of building strength, but without enough vitamin C, those tiny tears don't heal properly. Over time, this leads to weaker, less resilient muscles. The research is clear. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with higher vitamin C levels had up to 5% more muscle mass compared to those who were deficient. That might not sound like much, but in terms of strength and mobility, it's the difference between walking confidently and struggling to get out of a chair. Another study found that regular vitamin C intake reduces inflammation and accelerates recovery after physical activity. Seniors who included vitamin C in their daily routine experienced fewer injuries and faster healing times. And get this, vitamin C even supports immune function, which means you're not just protecting your muscles, you're also boosting your body's defense against infections that could slow you down. But here's where many people go wrong. Taking too little vitamin C. Many seniors rely on just a glass of orange juice for their daily intake, which only provides about 60 milligrams of vitamin C. The recommended amount for optimal muscle health is 500–1,000 milligrams daily. Ignoring food sources. Vitamin C is abundant in foods other than just citrus. Some of the best sources include red bell peppers, broccoli, strawberries, and kale. In fact, a cup of red bell pepper has 3 times more vitamin C than an orange. Not splitting the dosage. Vitamin C is water-soluble, meaning your body flushes out what it doesn't use. It's best to split your dosage. Take half in the morning and half in the evening for better absorption. Relying on heat-processed foods. Cooking at high temperatures destroys vitamin C. To get the full benefit, opt for raw or lightly cooked vegetables. Here's how you can easily add more vitamin C to your routine. Eat more colorful veggies. Add red bell peppers, broccoli, kale, and spinach to your meals. Include kiwis, strawberries, and oranges in your daily snacks. Supplement smartly. For maximum benefit, consider a 500 ml supplement twice a day. This ensures your body has a steady supply throughout the day. Drink it fresh. Freshly squeezed orange juice or grapefruit juice is a fantastic source of vitamin C. Pro tip: pair your vitamin C intake with iron-rich foods like spinach or red meat. Vitamin C boosts iron absorption, which is crucial for muscle oxygenation. Here's the bottom line. Muscles are only as strong as the collagen that holds them together. With enough vitamin C, you're not just protecting your muscles, you're actively building stronger connective tissue, accelerating recovery and reducing the risk of injury. When you give your body the right amount of vitamin C, you're investing in your strength, stability, and independence. It's not just about immunity, it's about resilience. Now that you understand how vitamin C fortifies your muscles and connective tissue, it's time to move on to another crucial element, one that repairs muscle fibers and boosts recovery after every single step you take. Up next, vitamin E, the antioxidant shield. 8. Vitamin E, the antioxidant shield. When you hear about antioxidants, you probably think of fruits and vegetables, right? But what if I told you there's a specific antioxidant that goes beyond just fighting free radicals? One that actively protects your muscles from aging and speeds up recovery after every single movement you make. That antioxidant is vitamin E, often called the antioxidant shield. And for seniors, it's absolutely essential. Here's how it works. As we age, our bodies accumulate oxidative stress. This happens when harmful molecules called free radicals build up in your system, damaging cells, tissues, and most importantly, muscles. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that specifically targets these free radicals, neutralizing them before they can cause harm. But it does more than just protect. It repairs damaged muscle cells, allowing your body to recover faster and maintain strength. And here's the part that most people don't know. Vitamin E improves blood circulation, which is critical for delivering oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. Better blood flow means faster recovery, less fatigue, and stronger performance. Studies show that seniors with adequate levels of vitamin E are 30% less likely to experience muscle stiffness and 25% more likely to recover quickly from minor injuries. That's the power of the antioxidant shield. The science is clear. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who included vitamin E in their daily diet experienced improved muscle strength and endurance. Not only did their recovery times shorten, but their overall muscle health improved by nearly 20%. Another clinical trial showed that vitamin E significantly reduces oxidative damage in muscle tissues, even in older adults. This means your muscles stay stronger, more flexible, and less prone to injury. And it's not just your muscles that benefit. Vitamin E also protects your skin and joints, reducing dryness and improving elasticity. 2 things that naturally decline with age. But here's where many people get it wrong. Relying only on multivitamins. Many multivitamins contain synthetic forms of vitamin E that are less effective. Look for natural vitamin E D-alpha tocopherol instead of the synthetic version DL-alpha tocopherol. Taking too much or too little. Too much vitamin E over 1,000 IU per day can interfere with blood clotting. On the other hand, less than 100 IU is often too little to make an impact. The sweet spot for seniors is around 400 IU daily. Ignoring food sources, vitamin E is abundant in everyday foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and avocado. Relying solely on supplements without dietary support is a missed opportunity. Not pairing with fats. Vitamin E is fat-soluble, meaning it needs to be taken with a meal that contains fat for proper absorption. Taking it on an empty stomach drastically reduces its effectiveness. Here's how you can easily add more vitamin E to your daily routine. Eat more nuts and seeds. Almonds, sunflower seeds, and hazelnuts are rich in natural vitamin E. A handful of almonds alone provides nearly 50% of your daily requirement. Add leafy greens to your plate. Spinach and Swiss chard are excellent sources. Try adding them to smoothies or sautéing them with olive oil. Include healthy fats. Pair vitamin E-rich foods with healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or fish. This increases absorption and makes the vitamin work more efficiently. Supplement wisely. If you choose to take a supplement, look for natural vitamin E D-alpha tocopherol with at least 400 IU daily. Pro tip: if you're taking omega-3 supplements, consider pairing them with vitamin E. The two work synergistically to reduce inflammation and protect muscle health. Here's the truth. Muscles are constantly under attack from oxidative stress. Whether it's from exercise, aging, or everyday movement, your muscles need protection. Vitamin E is the shield that keeps your muscle cells intact, reduces recovery time, and fights off the damage that comes with age. When you have enough vitamin E in your system, you're not just preventing soreness, you're building resilience, improving blood flow, and staying stronger for longer. Now that you understand how vitamin E acts as a powerful antioxidant to protect and rejuvenate your muscles, it's time to explore another critical nutrient. This one isn't just about strength, it's about structure. Up next, calcium, the structural supporter.